You've joined us here at basically Dictionary Corner, as we've been having some confusion regarding how certain words should or shouldn't, mostly shouldn't, be pronounced.
I'm not really the best person to start speaking about pronunciation, even when I am right, because I pick and choose between American English and British English.
It's interesting. It's interesting to say the least. Which I've got that turned off.
But yeah.
Yeah, hi everybody.
Breaker.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Breakers, that's right. Breakers, not Brackers, that's right. Yeah, so good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good day. Welcome back to the DK19 channel for a little bit more D&D. Today is a Saturday, which means it's the turn of the Saturday crew. We're missing Sean as he's unavailable this week. We knew he was going to be unavailable for 2 weeks. But it does mean that I have got the wonderful Ty.
Hello.
We've got Westlaw.
Almaster Warren Gebetto Puktamapin at your service.
Moving on, we got Dakota.
Hi everyone.
And there's a Badger.
Howdy, howdy.
Badger.
Badger. Now, last week, the party took on a job to find a missing key that there was suspected that carnivorous butterflies were somehow involved in the disappearance of said missing key. And they ended up where we can see now on the screen, on the map. They ended up in a cave full of things that are decidedly not butterflies, and a gentleman who
Is a dick.
maybe there's more to him than they first thought.
No, actually, I think there's less to him than I first thought. He's dead to me.
Yes, we are here for a touch more of the D&D. We're starting a little bit late today, and that's on me. I've been a bit unwell, but we're here now.
To be fair, we're not really late.
No.
This is earlier than we usually start.
Yes, to be fair, we're later than we intend, but earlier than we usually start. So it's a bit of a peculiarity, to say the least. But yes, so without too much of an ado, I think we should jump into this again. Unless there's anything you guys particularly want to have a quick little talk about.
Yeah, we need battle music.
You need battle music. I can
Yeah, we
arrange
do.
that. I can arrange that. Give me a sec.
So long as it's not long-winded.
Jesus.
that was the open for punishing me for spelling something else wrong.
There we go.
Oh, good. It's the spider's turn. Time for me to get chomped again.
Are you nervous? You look
No.
nervous.
Does
No.
Nemia have her reaction? I don't recall from last
I believe
round.
so.
Okay.
Because who would have gone last before that? Would have been. Nemia's just had her turn, so yeah, her
Oh, yeah.
reaction would have respawned.
Gotcha, okay.
Would have regenerated, yeah.
Sweet.
So I just need.
Ooh, am I providing flank?
Yes, you are.
Cool.
And I'm opening up the two catch sheets I need open, which is this one and this one.
Anybody interested in watching Venom?
Yeah, I'm quite looking forward to that, actually, to be perfectly honest.
Of all people to play it, I honestly couldn't have picked someone better in my opinion.
I recently watched Black Panther, and I gotta say, I really wasn't that impressed.
Oh,
I liked it.
I liked it too. It's a shame that you didn't
I think
like
I was expecting more from it. I think maybe.
it was a cultural thing that really blew me away. I wasn't expecting what I got from it, and it was really nice. Very colourful movie.
I haven't seen it yet.
Colourful. Racist.
I didn't even mean like.
Starting as we mean to go on. Okay, right.
Oh my god.
So, as we've said here, it is the turn of a giant spider moving swiftly into the combat element of this to veer away from the topic that's looming. As I have my box of dice and doom dice.
Oh no, is it physical dice?
Well, this is just to work out one thing, which is who the spider's going to go for.
Nah.
It is going for Nemia.
Alright.
No kapow here.
Not yet.
And and the Spadida goes, I will attempt to bite you. Numb. And that is a 9. That's not going to work. That's a 9. Pook!
Yes.
What would you like to do, young man?
Well, it seems as everything just seems to resist all of my spells forever. Let's see. I am going to...
Whoops, that's a fan character.
Pook, I think, is going to take a couple of steps backward and to the right. And he is going to use Chill Touch on the spider directly in front of him. So he'll cast forth his bony skeletal hand and get an 8.
That is not you're just caressing the chitinous hide.
It is a nice hide.
I don't think you should be bragging about making the hairs on a spider stand.
Wow, I've got to make someone's hair stand.
Somebody else there.
So Pook will, I will slam down my quarterstaff. Damn it! And that's my turn.
Okay.
Nimriel.
I probably have gained this information some other time, but when you're close to an enemy, are you able to go around them without suffering an attack?
As long as you don't leave their area of influence, yes, you can.
Like this?
Yes, you'll be fine there.
Alright, cool.
You don't suffer an attack of opportunity for doing so.
But you won't get flanking anymore.
That is also true.
That is also true. I am going to use first turn editing off. Where is it? This. Which I think will affect you, by the way, Nemia.
The Necrotic Shroud. Starting at 3rd level, you can use your action to unleash the divine energy within yourself, causing your eyes to turn into pools of darkness and 2 skeletal, ghostly, lightless wings to sprout from your back. The instant you transform, other creatures within 10 feet of you that can see you must each succeed in a charisma saving throw, or become frightened of you until your next turn.
2 spiders and then Nemia.
Yes. Nemir is going to need to make that as well, because you've never done that before, I don't think either. So.
Nope.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah, she passed.
Yeah. Nemir's fine. But it is. Yeah. And hey, Kevin. How you
She
doing,
understands.
Yeah. She's like, well, fuck me. And the spiders, yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's my first time doing it, so I might be a bit.
One of them got a -1, and the other one got an 8. So they are frightened of you until the end of your next turn. Your transformation lasts 1 minute or until you end it as a bonus action. During it, once each of your turns, you can deal extra necrotic damage to your target, or to one target when you deal damage to it with an attack or spell. The extra necrotic damage equals.
That was an
your
action.
level. Yeah. Okay. So they on. It's on their next turn because they're frightened. They have to move away from you. I don't think they use their. I think so. They need to use their reaction if the spell actually says, "Use your reaction."
Yeah, they're not like shitting their pants, so to speak.
Yeah. So
that'll be it for me.
Frightened creatures disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while the source of its fear is within line of sight. Creature can't willingly move closer to the source of its fear. Okay, so let's go with a bit of animal intelligence on these things. So they cannot willingly move closer to you. Right. Okie dokie. So let's make sure I just mark these ones correctly. So that's this one. What can we use for frightened? No, that one.
Yeah, that one.
I just saw it rise. I clicked the other one. There you go. So stir frightened for a minute. So you're doing this, make some ears bleeding. Oh yes, it was your
Subclass.
Yeah,
Subrace. Sorry, subrace.
It was your special thing, wasn't it? Your
I think I lost the heal for it. The
No, I'm talking
lesser
to,
restoration or some shit.
no, I'm talking to Kevin at the moment. Who's he made some ears bleed on the stream. I think it was his karaoke. That's the word. It was a karaoke stream. I do remember that. I do remember that coming up. Right.
No, open up your.
This guy who was there, and he's just seen you transform, but he's far enough away to have not been affected by it. I'm good. Glad to have you here, my friend. Glad to have you here.
Oh, I'm actually behind the pillar.
Yeah, behind the pillar. It's like, what is he? What can he do? What can he see? But let's see whether or not he would have heard anything. Let's do some common sense stuff here. Yeah, he's heard something's going off. He's hearing the spiders are chittering in their fear, and that weird noise that spiders make when they're scared. He's going to move around that pillar. He's going to see you looking very peculiar and go, "Gag, fuck me," and wang his dagger at you.
Oh, nice.
And miss. So the dagger has.
Wait, what did he roll?
He rolled a 7. So
shit.
the
Yeah,
end
okay.
result was a 7. So the dagger has ended up there.
He is a bad throw.
It was a 7.
It looked good when he let go of it.
It's just dinked off something somewhere. This one cannot move any closer to you, so it's going to skitter backwards along the roof a little bit. And it's going to attempt to. Oh, actually, does it even? Can it even do that? It can do that. Cool. It's going to project its webs at you and go. I am a spider. There, but it has disadvantage against you to do the attack.
Oh shit. Well, that was a waste of that, but okay. That's fine.
It's an 11, so that's not going to do shit. Next, it is the turn of the dead giant spider that I forgot to take out of the list.
Nice.
And Nemia's turn.
She's gonna shout out to their dear friend Drogo, "I'm gonna beat the fucking shit out of you!" And then she's going to attack this spider directly in front of her.
I'm gonna beat the shit out of you! Bang, 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 bang. But not yet!
Actually, she's gonna go ahead and use Commander Strike and give Nimriel an attack on the spider. So if you
Nice.
hit, it'll be 8 damage added.
Oh, damn.
Wow.
Now you just need to hit it.
And then do extra necrotic damage.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to do that now, actually. Will I still get necrotic on my actual turn?
Yeah.
Very nice. Oh, yeah, because she's last on the little ladder.
And this technically counts as your last turn, because your turn doesn't actually end until the start of your next turn. So this would still count as that once per turn.
Did it say... it equals my level.
Yeah.
Level 4.
Yes.
Cool. Oh, 19. Wait, is it even going to hit?
Yes, that does hit. So that's 19, 27. That is literally just enough to eliminate that spider. That is, but just by the nature of you getting yourselves a max damage on everything that you've done there.
Nice.
Take that one out.
I didn't even add the commander strike. Jesus.
No, that's with the commander strike.
Yeah, I didn't add the amount of damage though.
I'm not on the initiative order.
Why aren't you
Some
on the
reason.
initiative order?
Yeah, I don't know. Am I right? Like, I don't remember what it was last week though.
By any chance
No
we got
clue.
delete him in one of your other sessions by accident when you were coming back in?
No.
Huh? Because that can remove you from turn order.
Yeah, no, it's not on the list here at all. Because I don't delete it from the list.
No, but if you delete,
No,
somehow
I don't delete them from the list or anything. That's
So do you want me to roll again?
just
or-
roll a new initiative now. Yeah, I've just noticed that. That's a good point. Roll a new initiative now.
Mine wasn't very good. I Can't remember what it was, but it wasn't very good.
But it's 12 now. So
Does he get to take his turn?
yeah, I was gonna say take a
me?
turn. Take a turn now before we start the order again.
Alrighty.
I don't know quite how that's happened.
Yeah, I didn't know if it was going to resolve itself, so I thought I'd wait until like the end and then bring it up.
Yeah, sometimes
well.
it does. Sometimes it does because it's just a little bit janky at times.
And I'm going to attack this weirdo twice.
Nice.
And that's enough to hit him once, but you do hit him relatively hard there. Because you managed to dodge the return stroke. And now we'll start back at the top of the order again, which is the spider that just died. Memory serves, yeah, I'll take that one on the list now. So Pook.
Okay. I will run forward to here, seeing Grokash fighting Drogo. I'm going to cast Minor Illusion. So I will whisper the incantations underneath my breath, and around Drogo's head and flying in front of his eyes and everything else is a swarm of slightly large butterflies. In an attempt to scare the crap out of him because he hates the butterflies. Yeah, and then I'm going to step back behind the protection of Namir and Nimriel.
So you're basically trying to see whether or not he. Okay, so when it comes around to his turn, we'll see what happens with that.
Okay.
Nimriel.
She's just gonna go straight in. Running forward, swing a beefy sword down on this guy's face. No, wait. It's wrist, if I recall. +4. For necrotic damage.
Okay. That much then. Okay, dokes. He is looking not particularly peaky at the moment. And he recognises the illusion for what it is.
Of course he does, because he blocks all of my spells.
He just rolled. He rolled 19 on an intelligence thing, but
So far, he's resisted 2 second-level spells, I think a first-level spell, and now
what were the
my
what
cantrip.
were the spells you cast on him? Because
Have you
Hold person,
the
suggestion, sleep, hold person, and suggestion.
Yeah, the sleep was cast on the spiders, and I'll let you know now. You just didn't do enough to send even one.
Yeah, I
sleep.
figured that. I figured.
I think the whole person one, he just resisted it, and the suggestion. Yeah, because each time you do it's a roll, isn't it? It's a
They're
yeah.
both,
So
they're
he
both
just
saves, yeah.
he just saves them.
Yeah, I noticed that. Yeah, that was the thing that I noticed.
Fuck that guy.
And he's only going to get one attack now because he's only got a scimitar. So he's going to go for. Who's he going to go for? Hey, Shadow, by the way. How you doing? He's going to go for Grokash.
Hey, Shadow.
Bring it.
And
Gotta
slashing
love
in
slashing.
with his scimitar. That's 12. That's not going to work. Grokash, your turn.
Yes.
Badger, he went for you, but I'm not really wearing anything.
What a fool.
I
great-
ran.
great life.
I ran.
I will non-lethally beat the ever-loving shit out of him.
I
Yeah,
like
he goes
that.
down like a sack
I
of
like
shit.
that.
He goes down. He goes down.
I'm so happy you
Good.
said non-lethally.
Fuck
Good
you,
timing.
giant spider nerd.
And on that note, a giant spider that is on the ceiling above you is going to try and reach down and grab you and give you a good old nibble.
So you're next, buddy.
Yeah, you're nibbling me now, but just you wait.
I'll bite you back.
Does a 19 hit your armor class?
Yeah, it fucking does.
Is yours 17 or 18?
It's 16, I think. 16, yes.
7 points of piercing damage, and I need a Constitution saving throw from you, please, friendo.
Kaboo!
You pass it, you're fine. So you take another 4 points of poison damage.
So 11 all up.
11 total. Then Nimir.
Alrighty, Mia is going to run forward to engage the spider. Can she actually engage it if she's standing next to Grokash?
No.
It's up on the ceiling, and it kind of like it came down. It's come down on a bit of a web to attack Grokash, so it is currently within range.
Alright.
We've been a bit fast and loose with the whole distances and stuff, because it technically probably would have been a little bit too hard to have been affected by the fear in the first place. But we thought, fuck it, we'll go with it.
Oh fuck! I've made a mistake.
That misses.
Alrighty, that is her turn.
Okay. What would Pook like to attempt to do?
Emphasis on attempt. Okay, I think Pook is going to stand his ground, and as this thing is kind of up in the air, he should be able to see it from where he is. And he's going to cast forth his hand, whisper the incantation, and fire forth his spectral hand of Chill Touch. And he actually hits and does loads of damage.
All of the damage. All of the damage.
I like that.
Well, I got a 1 last time, so maybe next time if I could just hit him
That's
200%.
200% damage, man.
Yeah, if I could just hit him like 6 more times and I'll roll max. Yeah. So I hit him for 2 necrotic damage, chilling one of his chitinous legs.
Just grabbing it.
How high up is the roof?
The roof, the height of the roof is about 30-40 feet total upwards. But it's pendulously swinging down as in that way that spiders do in order for it to be able to attack Grokash.
I'd
Like a horrendous pinata.
I'd like to attempt to do a jumping attack. If that's okay.
Can I have an acrobatics check from you as well to see how well you land this and whether or not you land on your own sword?
Oh, thanks. Yeah. Vote of confidence.
You might do.
Oh god.
Oh, you land badly. So you manage to to sink a blow in. You land badly. Basically, you're pretty much directly underneath it, where it is now. So yeah, you land there, and you are prone. I know it wasn't a crit, but if it had been a crit, you were going to take some damage as well. As it is, you're just on your ass.
Oh, good.
Underneath the spider. Fantastic.
Underneath the
Best
spider.
place to be. 8 legs of protection.
This guy is currently unconscious. Grokash, it's your turn.
I'm going to... So he's like still in the airish, like on the roofy part?
Well, it's basically, it's like come down to there's you, and it's sort of like it's come down to go yeah in that way that spiders do.
Alright, I want to try and slice
I've
this
heard a
down.
spider do that.
Yeah. Well, obviously you haven't been listening properly, you uncultured spider. Yeah,
They do that a lot.
to be fair, you are from a country where spiders need to be taken on with baseball bats.
I'm gonna jump up and try and cut its legs.
So
Do you need to jump with the pole arm?
Yeah,
I was just about to say, why are you jumping?
To get the force, you fools! You're not gonna get much fucking.
Yeah, that's how
swing
weapons
behind
work.
it.
He's a Jedi. Oh dear.
Well, you've dealt with it. Now,
Are you gonna pull me out from underneath it at least? Be reasonable.
well, it has just landed on you quite heavily. It's a giant spider that's just landed on your prone form.
Nice. Yeah. Okay.
You remind me, you are not
Is
currently
this
wearing
about
any
to
armor, are
become-
you?
I'm not. No. Am I taking
Okay.
damage?
You might be taking an amount of damage.
Well, at least you didn't just turn it into Literotica, by having something heavy land on my farm.
No one was
well,
thinking
I mean,
that.
yeah,
I was.
nobody was thinking that at all. You've just taken 12 points of bludgeoning damage
Jesus
from a
Christ,
giant
man.
spider
12
corpse. A
Fucking
giant
Giant-
spider corpse.
Giant fucking lead spider.
lead spider. Yeah, I like
I mean, it has come down from a height of about 20 feet.
See, that's why I had to jump, because the fucking pole I wouldn't have reached anyway, idiot.
Well, no, because you could have just about reached it, but see, the thing is that Nimriel is further down as well. Nimriel
I'm like
is
5
lower
feet
down
down
than you
or some
are.
shit.
So it's just like, you got when you add it all into account, basically, the spider just goes... and it's weird that you're the one being squished by the spider. Because normally people do the spider squishing. Also, I just tried to add a random element to it. I rolled some dice and they rolled really high. Sorry.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
So let's just... Something funny going on in the background.
Ty's
Sorry.
laugh has changed.
That's my girlfriend. I'm sorry.
Is she just watched you have a spider land upon you? Is that why she's laughing? I know that's why I'd be laughing.
Is she having a sensible chuckle?
She's having a sensible chuckle.
Sensible chuckle.
Oh, my
Hell's
word.
Dakota. What the hell?
Okay, so now that we are out of combat, you have your freedom of movement. The violence is for now over, I imagine, but I've got a funny thing it's going to start again very soon.
I want to tie up the little dude.
Okie dokie.
Yeah.
Nami is going to walk over, kick Drogo in the stomach, and then proceed to help Nimriel.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I better help.
I think
her, yeah.
Pook, once he's tied up, is going to search him and see what he can find.
What are these rolls?
What are these rolls?
Wow.
Do you like my
Okay.
strength check? It's really, really strong. Isn't
Yeah, you guys, you're
I'm
Wow.
also gonna help get the spider off.
Yeah,
I can't wait for
there
Sunday.
we go. There we go. Everyone's just like, it's I don't want to touch it. It's a spider. How horrible! I don't like. And Grokash comes along and is just
Table
like, fuck
flips
this
the
shit.
spider.
I'm out.
shit. Nice. I feel disgusting.
Are you intentionally like walking away?
I think he's trying to see if there's anything else of any interest.
Yeah, she's just making sure there's
and
no
the-
spiders hiding out.
The gentleman has got on him. He's got 8 silver coins worth of coinage. So add yourself 8 silver coins of whatever denomination in whatever split you would like. So if you want to add yourself some copper coins, feel free to do so. But he has a total of 8 silver coins.
Right, so there's 4 of us, so that's 2 silver each, right?
If you plan to split
I'm
it,
not really
Just
tracking
carry on
silvers.
one.
You can just
Yeah, just carry on one for now.
But I'm just going to put 2 on my.
that
okay.
spider corpse isn't actually there, by the way, Dakota. It's just where I've moved it out of the way, but where it was interfering with other tokens. It's actually out there.
Is there anything
Good.
catching light in front of me, or even just shining? Different.
Where you are, no. You can see, you can see the the glistening silk of the spider webs, but that's all you can see in terms of a something that's catching light.
This son of a bitch is going to jail, Mia says as she walks back.
yeah. Now that we've got him,
The lawful good tiefling, I love it.
now what?
I feel that, yes, we should most definitely take him to jail. But I feel that an even more fearsome punishment would be first to turn him over to his mother.
Listen, he got his crazy for somewhere. It could have been her.
You may well be right. But I want to see what is. I still believe there is more to do with this. More. He's all kinds of crazy. Don't get me wrong. But he's gone from crazy butterfly to crazy feed people to spiders as some kind of spider cult thing going on. I want to know why. I want to know what kind of crazy he really is. Does his mother know about any of this?
Well, she'll find out when the guard come to question her. I mean, it's not our job to figure out what the hell's wrong with him. I say we turn him in and free the city of some spider terror. Yeah, some wacko feeding people to spiders.
Okay, that I can get behind, but I feel that we need payment also.
Well, I agree, but if we go with the backing of the city, she can't just say no.
There is more of us. If we go to her house, we demand payment for the job we have done for this man, even if it may not be the job he expected. And then we go to the guards with him. It's not like she'll be able to stop us.
Oh, but with that investigation, you didn't see anything more than the coins from him, by the way, just so you know. That's what you found on it.
Okay. Okay, well, you decide what to do with them. I have more important tasks. I would like to attempt to extract some of the venom, and I've got a flask.
Okey-dokey.
Along with my stuff.
Can you give me a survival check? I think it's probably the best way to do it.
Nature, maybe?
Nature would be more like for discerning it. In terms of actually harvesting it.
Perhaps herbalism.
It's not a herb. You are essentially trying to.
I am stretching things as far as I can possibly stretch.
It's essentially you're trying to butcher something, aren't you? Really, at this point. I mean, admittedly, yes, you're trying to harvest. You're trying to milk a spider, but this spider's dead.
Okay.
But yeah, you get enough to fill the flask with a probably about half fill the flask.
Okay. So what does it look like? What consistency is it? Color, things like this.
It is a sort of like a very pale green, but it's mostly see-through. So it's not like this is a green thing. It's like water with a slight green tint to it.
Okay, cool.
And viscosity is slightly thicker than water. It's more like oil.
Okay. I'm going to store that in one of my many pouches for later.
Many pouches.
When he wants to go to the bar to get wasted.
That accidentally unstoppers the wrong bottle has drink.
That's the spirit.
So that's what I'm spending my time harvesting the poison from that spider. I'm presuming it's not an instant thing, so.
Yeah, it'll take. I imagine you'd be doing it quite carefully so as to avoid, being fucked up.
This cave, was there, looking around it, was there just nothing at all that made this cave useful to a person as opposed to just spiders nesting?
I'm gonna do an investigation check from her looking around. Like, I know there's no icons on the map, but she would investigate. It's gonna be crap, but.
Okay, I was going to say is you could have always helped each other out to do the investigation, and then one of you could have had advantage. If you wanted to, or you can roll an investigation each. That's it's entirely up to you.
Well, I mean, if you would retroactively let us do advantage on that, I did roll first though, so.
Yeah, well, so just roll it again then, and see. We'll count that as the advantage roll.
Good.
Grokkash wants to know if we can leave the cave or are we going to go further in. It's going to be asking around, trying not to make it look important.
With your 12, Namir, I'll say that there is something you can see that you think seems worthy of further investigation.
All right.
Where did we see it?
It's more the fact like she's had a look around, and go like, "There's something here." It's like subconsciously picked up on. There's something here. So with the 12, I can't really help more than that.
May I suggest we investigate to the southeast? I believe I saw something, maybe some bodies or some eggs or something like that. Either way, we need to deal with those.
Funny enough, I looked through this cave with the zoom right in, and I didn't see that portion of the cave. But looking at it now, it's probably the most strange looking part of the cave.
Nemil will say, I agree. We should look around some more. It's something not right. And she will follow Pook. But yeah, the same exact thing happened to me. I didn't notice it the first time I looked around either. I don't know if I just had it off my map or what. I'm glad Pook paid more attention.
Pook is always paying attention. So what do we see, Mr. DM?
Well, have a look at that immediately yourselves and what do you think you can see, and then we'll go from there.
Trying to avoid using that kind of mentality.
Yeah.
I think I see bodies. I first thought it was eggs until I zoomed in.
Yeah, no, you can see there appears to be, this is where the spiders may have stored their other kills.
Nemil will start cutting into them with a hand axe to try and make sure nobody's alive.
Okay, well, as you're going...
She's being gentle. She's being gentle.
Well, as you're going through these silk wrapped bodies, it soon becomes very clear that none of them are alive. That these bodies have been here for an amount of time, and have already been snacked upon by the spiders. The clothing on most of them is just that of like just a commoner, the sort of clothing that you see quite frequently in the city. You do notice that one of them is wearing a guard's uniform.
Okay. When you say uniform,
they'll be real interesting.
Is there any like insignia or chain or something like that we could take? Like an identifying mark.
So the person themselves, there's no way to identify exactly who they are, but they have got the uniform of the Neverwinter City Guard, so that the chainmail with the halberd and there's a cloth shield sort of thing. So there is an insignia that can be taken.
Yeah, I would. I think Pook would like to take the insignia.
You grab that.
I'll put it into one of my pouches. This meal we can take to one of the guards. Perhaps we will get our reward yet. Can I search the bodies a bit further, just looking for any kind of spare coin or anything else that might be an identifier for any of these people?
Yep, sure. Let's have an investigation roll from you.
Boom.
20. Right. In that case, one thing I did say to myself is if anyone was investigating this pile and rolled a 20 or better, we would count it as being a leveled horde.
Damn, son. Shit just got real.
Rightio. So, first things first. Let's have from you a D100.
Just one.
Just the one.
66.
Okay, guys. I'm going to grab my little notepad just because I'm going to need to make some notes on this. Where has my other thing? I'll have to use this one for just a minute. Right.
DM mumbles.
Yes.
The worst kind of mumbles.
Okie dokie. So, can I have please from you 2d4?
Yeah. Seven.
Okie dokie. And another single D4, please.
Sorry, hang on. There we go. Sorry, my headphones playing up. What did you want, sorry?
Another single D4, please.
1. Great.
Okie dokie. And these ones are those. So, you find a silver ewer, like a jug sort of thing.
Okay, let me just... I'll write this down. How do you spell ewer? I can never spell that.
E-W-E-R.
That's what I thought, but it always seems wrong. Silver Ewer. Or Ewer.
So Silver Ewer, a pair of dice, engraved bone dice.
Ooh. Yep.
A nice copper chalice. Sorry, 2 copper chalices engraved with silver filigree.
Yep.
A carved bone statue. Shit, don't know what that's worth.
Fucking hell, is this a necromancer?
Yep.
A small gold bracelet. Is that 7?
Yep.
Counting the chalices individually, that's 7, yeah?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I count. Silver Ewer, engraved bone dice, 2 chalices for 4, carved bone statue 5, small gold bracelet 6.
And another small gold bracelet.
Okay, that's cool.
This is some people with a little bit of jewellery.
Okay.
And that is on that table. So now I need from you a single D100.
Ooh, this is where it gets good. Potentially. Oh, 81. Nice.
Nemia asks Pook to look at those 2 small gold bracelets, and if he gives them to her, she'll start trying to slide them on her horns to see if they'll fit.
That's interesting. Pook, do you give it to her?
With that kind of question, no.
I couldn't really resist at that point. I mean, that was low hanging fruit there. Hey Timmy, what's up, man? I played a little bit of Warframe earlier today, but now we're playing some D&D, as we can see here. Okay.
Nemia, I'm happy for you to take these gold bracelets, but let me investigate them first. They will be magical.
She's got like her hands up to her horns with the bracelets, and she gets kind of a pout. She says, "But why?"
Well, I imagine you quite like your horns, so
put them on.
You also found a glowing gem.
Ooh.
It is a yellow diamond.
When you say glowing, is it shaped and cut, or?
It is shaped and cut, and it's very, very gently glowing.
Okay, can I see if I recognize this, or can identify the kind of magic that is emanating from it?
Do you have the identify or spell?
No, I don't have the identify spell.
Let's have an Arcana check from you then.
Okay. Boosh!
These appear to be used as some form of conjuring magic.
They're using conjuring magic, or used for it?
These appear to be used as some form of conjuration magic.
Let's conjure something. Woo!
Not yet. I have a feeling I may know what this is, but further investigation is required.
When you open your magical senses to the item, and it's like you hold it in your hands, you can feel the energy pulsing. That's like very gently pulsing inside it. It's not pulsing like a heartbeat or like a tide or anything. It's pulsing like. It's sort of like you can see in your mind like the moving of tectonic plates. It feels like it's almost like you're feeling the heartbeat of a planet.
Okay. This is a fascinating piece. I can see there will be much use for this later.
I think you know exactly what that is, and do you like my description?
I do. I like it a lot.
DM to DM, talking shop.
Yeah, no, definitely. I will carefully put that into one of my pouches.
Why are you doing it carefully, Pook?
I don't know. Maybe I'll just. No, I'm not even going to say that because you go for you said. I mean, it wouldn't
It's
be
like,
dangerous right
would
now.
you like to carefully walk up the stairs so you don't trip over, Pook?
Actually, yes, given my roles recently. Not taking any chances.
Oh dear! Right, there you go. So you have found a small hoard of goodies from the previous victims of these spiders.
So I'll return back to the party. Well, if we don't receive payment from our contractor, then at least we might have recovered some of our costs. We've just found a treasure hoard over there. Also, I managed to purloin a insignia from one of the guards who seems to have been a victim of the spiders. Perhaps we may get a reward from the Neverwinter Guard itself.
Did you find the key?
I'm not even sure there was a key.
Nemea laughs.
But he has a chest in his attic.
He does.
I'm not above just breaking into that fucker.
Can I just actually check
absolutely
his
not.
body again?
I would love the whole breaking and entering thing. However, I do think if we are going to approach the guard, that may not be our best course of action.
No, I mean we go to the guard first. I don't see that as a question.
Exactly. Dan, I want to do an investigation on this body. Well, actually, whatever it is that I'm rolling, I want to thoroughly check his body for a key.
You want to? Okay, so that'd be investigation if you want to.
It's fine. Just take 20. It's fine.
If you don't just take 20. Okay? if you say it one more time, then I will most likely make it so your character instantly falls down the first little thing that he can, and everything in all of his many pouches will break.
That's not a threat because that seems to happen every single fucking session anyway.
Dakota, what were you saying?
You can't threaten me with the truth.
Nemea will
Trump will threaten with the
assist,
truth.
so Nimrel can get advantage.
Okay. So yes, you can help to. Wow, that is fucking diabolical. Okay.
Either of us have investigation.
Yeah, no, you go through his pouches again, and you're actually looking for something specific for the key, aren't you? So.
Yeah. Only the key.
He does indeed appear to have a key on him.
Right, I'm gonna snatch that.
Okay, you have a key.
Little fucker.
He owes us, and in a sense, he was gonna pay us for, getting him inside that box, right? Right?
So we're taking him with us?
Oh yeah, we need to drag his ass straight to the guard.
I'll lift him up over my shoulder and prepare to leave.
If it wasn't specified, Nemea would make sure he was bound with rope. I think.
Yeah,
I tied him up.
Okay. Nemea will say, "I'd like to go to the gate where we get our bandit contract from. I wanna check on our bandit friend. Although maybe they all have access to the jail. I don't know."
Ty, I did just send you a message on Discord.
Yeah, I
as well.
see that.
May I suggest we take a rest before we decide to venture on?
That sounds like a great.
Alrighty. But I want to rest outside. I don't want to rest in with the spiders.
Why don't you want to rest with the spiders, Crocash?
None of your business.
This fucking obnoxious voice. The alter ego of the DM. Oh, feeling a little bit ill, are you? Fucking hell.
Are you really
Dan,
scared?
the thing you sent me,
Yeah.
how exactly am I able to respond to something like that?
However you would like to, really. However you think would be fitting.
So, like
preferably in character. If you are going to respond to it, preferably in character.
Yeah.
What time of day is it? I don't remember.
It appears to be late afternoon.
What kind of rest are we talking about? Go, Cash.
Well, I certainly don't fancy travelling at night through the forest.
Yeah, that sounds fine. So we'll wait till morning.
So
I don't recall it taking us that long to get here, did it?
I honestly don't remember.
It took a couple of hours.
Oh, okay then. All right, yeah.
About an hour and a half, couple of hours.
I'd rather travel till sundown and then camp.
Oh, you can get back to the city. You can get back to the city before sundown. It's not that far out. It's let's say late afternoon. I'm talking like 4 or 5 o'clock sort of time. So you'd be getting back to the city before it would be late evening when you'd be getting back to the city.
Perhaps we should take a breather.
Maybe take a short break and then return. But I don't want to spend hours here and then spend the night. Not with this fuckface.
Yeah.
We're bringing Drogo with us, right?
Rest, then. Yeah, we are.
How have we tied him up at the moment? It's like ropes, or?
Grokash was the one who tied him up. So Grokash, how did you tie him up?
Just with the rope around his hands and down to his feet, with his hands behind his back.
So we're carrying him, or?
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
I think Grokash is carrying him. I get the feeling that Grokash is being come on you and putting him over his shoulder.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we set up camp.
Yeah. Well, no, I think we're only taking a short rest, right?
All right. Okay.
Yeah, that's Nemia's preference.
Yeah, that's probably the best way to go. Give him less time to actually, be able to escape, especially if some of us take sleep.
Okay. So I'm going to use Arcane Recovery while we're resting, so Pook will be poring over his spellbook.
Okay. He doesn't wake up.
1 second. Coffee, please. White, please. Sorry.
Since he doesn't wake up, Nemia will tentatively kind of try and search for signs of life. So, do you want a medicine check for that?
No, he's not. He's not bleeding out or anything. He's just. He's just. He got hit really, really hard by Grokash with a massive stick.
Okay.
It's not the sort of thing you get up from that quickly.
All right.
Nimriel's going to join her over the side of this waste of life. I felt something a little unusual when I was browsing this man's person. Just want to check something. She's going to take out a knife, just a small knife, and sort of tap it, the side of it, not the blade, but not the sharp side of the blade, but the flat side of the blade.
Yeah.
Across his hand, down his fingers, looking for this absent feeling that she could feel.
There is a metallic clinking sound.
Oh shit! What did you find?
I don't know. Maybe Pook would understand this better. She looks to Pook. Is he within earshot?
Yeah, Pook will, at the sound of his name, he will look up, but he's been studying his books. What do I need to understand? I'm sorry.
She grips where the clank is. Can she feel that this is it a ring?
It feels like there is, a solid structure. There is to Winter's purposes, you feel like you can feel a ring around the guy's finger, but you can't see anything.
I feel as though this man is wearing something that my eyes cannot see. Would you be willing to take a look? You're more invested in these kinds of arts.
Yeah, he at the sound of that, he's absolutely fascinated, and Richard, like Pook, he will put the book down very, very quickly.
She holds the finger up for you, so you don't have to waste time looking for it.
Pook's going to investigate and feel around the ring and things like this. And can I make an Arcana check to try and discern what I'm looking at in inverted commas?
Yes, you can have an Arcana check for it. Was that the 13?
Yep.
You get the feeling that there's some kind of ring that's invisible.
I love those.
What if we just cut his finger off?
Yeah.
How about
yeah.
we just take off the ring without cutting off his finger?
Wait, don't take it off just yet. Nimriel's going to take out her sword and rest it over his throat. Now you can do it.
Okay.
I did wonder what you were going for there.
Not going to cut his head off, don't worry.
Yeah.
It does something.
Don't cut his finger, cut his head off.
I
off his head.
slice off his
Now you
head.
can take it.
How does the ring work?
Okay, I will remove the ring from his finger.
And a ring whips into existence in your hand. It's a small silver ring, and it has a black gem set in it.
Okay.
What does it do?
It's a -1 ring to serve them all. Sorry, that was really bad.
Ha!
You're welcome.
Ha! Lord of the Rings joke.
I feel even worse for you pointing
I
that
believe,
out.
I believe the
This
Yeah.
needs further investigation, I believe. I haven't seen one like this before.
Grokesh asked to see it.
Why?
I said serve them all, not rule them all.
What do you mean, why?
Well, you don't have the best history when it comes to, well, much actually.
I
What
seem
do
to
you
remember
intend?
talking books.
What do you intend to do?
I'll have a fucking look at it.
Here it is. You can see it. Look with your eyes, not your fingers.
You bitch.
I'm sorry, Grokash. I'm doing this for your own good.
You bitch.
Do I need to remind you of the elixir?
I really want to tackle you.
Swolo Baggins, YOLO Baggins. YOLO Swaggins is what I'm trying to get out there. YOLO Swaggins, the Lord of the Blings.
Words are hard.
Do we know where we can take it to have it looked at, to have it identified?
I
You
have a
know
fair
there
idea.
are a few places in this in town.
I have a fair idea where I can take it.
Just put the
Believe-
ring on.
I am not putting this ring on.
Alright, give it to me and I will.
That's Famgy.
Can Nimriel actually look in close and see if there's anything written within the band?
Let's have an investigation check.
To be fair, Grokash, I mean, I know some stuff can be magical and it can fuck you up. I mean, look at me. And she kind of.
I have a feeling, regardless, that maybe the man was possessed.
There is there's nothing written on the inside of the ring. Have a perception check from you as well, please.
Mm-hmm. Does anyone know if there's a way to create buttons on your actual Roll20 page rather than going into the subsection
Yeah.
journal thing?
Basically,
Yeah, macros.
click and drag from your sheet, and it should make a macro on. Let me just see if I can.
Nope, I created a very big person.
No, not from that. You drag the skill check from the character sheet to your macro bar.
Oh, do I need to activate that first?
Probably yes.
So the investigation, perception check. Nimriel's going to look a little closer. Maybe if Hook's willing, actually she's going to take the ring out of his hand slowly and just stare even closer into the ring.
Can I have a wisdom save from you, please?
Oh God.
Wouldn't be happening if you just put it
Definitely
on.
not putting it on. Shut up. I knew you were going to fucking say it.
Depends what the wisdom save says.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, punk, put it on.
Yeah, fuck off.
You feel like you really, really want to.
But it's not like it's not too willing, is it?
No, you're not. It's not like I must do the thing. It's like you really, really want to.
Nimriel, the ring. Put it in this pouch and leave it there.
This cowardice.
1 second before I do react to that. There's no pause here, just so you know. I just had to read something. So she thought she saw something. Was there any definition in it? Especially with a closer look.
No.
She's just going to drop the ring into the pouch.
Yeah, by the way, I'm holding the pouch open. I'm not touching it.
Yep, drop it straight down into the pouch.
Yeah, and then I'll close the pouch and fasten it.
Okay.
She will point out that she did see something. I saw a face, maybe. I'm not so sure.
In the ring?
I don't know if it was in the ring or reflecting off of the ring.
Nemea puts
So
a
what
hand
you're
to
saying
Nemreal's
is you saw
forehead.
your own face.
No, you dimwit. I know my own face.
Reflecting off the ring. Okay. Well, this ring, magical or no, I don't wish to touch it anymore. We should probably get it identified. It may have something to do with the odd behavior of this fellow.
I'm starting to think so too, considering that I did not like this man at all. Maybe it wasn't his fault.
I'm not
Should
sure.
we
I'm willing
turn
to
the
go
ring
that
in
far.
with him?
Nah. We should keep it.
I personally, if this ring is indeed something to do with this, I do not feel entirely comfortable in turning him over to the authorities if he has been influenced by this magic, if at all it is magic. However, in case I am wrong, as it seems we all were this time round, I am also not comfortable with letting him go until we know what this ring can do.
Well, shouldn't we just turn him in, give him the ring, tell him it's fishy, and shouldn't they take care of it? It's going to
No,
be their territory.
absolutely
They
not.
need to investigate it.
Do you believe they will really let him go once they've incarcerated him?
Well,
That's
wouldn't
not really
they?
a problem.
Yeah, wouldn't they check into it?
Do you
Isn't
really
that their
believe
job?
the Neverwinter Guard have time or inclination to check into anything?
I believe we should keep the ring, but hand him into the guard regardless.
Yeah.
I believe we should find out the purpose and abilities of this ring first.
I agree.
Then we can decide what to do with all of the information. Trust me, I'm just as keen as all of you to hand this person over to the guard.
If we are going to investigate, especially with the chest, with the key I have here, I do not believe we should take the ring with us to the house. The person carrying the ring should maybe take the man to the guards and stay there.
Wait, what? Did we find a key?
Yeah, she found a key. She
Where's the
lifts
key?
it up. She lifts it up and holds it out. Would you not have seen her take this key off the body? She wasn't sneaky about it.
I think if the player doesn't have the perception, the character doesn't have the perception either.
Yeah, to be fair, I
that's
don't
only
know
fair.
how I missed that, but I did. Okay.
Drogo is starting to come round.
Well, now that the ring's off and he's waking up, Nemea kind of pokes him. Let's talk to him.
You know, I've just realized something. Not in character, of course, me saying this, but because this is invisible when you're wearing it, I mean, I could be completely wrong, but there's also the slight chance that he might not have even known he was wearing it, but who am I kidding? He probably did know he was wearing it, right?
We don't know.
That's a good point, though. It's also... we don't know who else is wearing ones like it.
Did Grokash cover his mouth?
No. No, I did not. Just tied his hands behind his back and then threw down to his feet.
Drogo, wake up.
Hello.
Oh god, he sounds the same. Fuck.
Do you, who are we?
Remember you being at my house.
Nimriel slaps him across the face.
Ow!
Where are we?
Well, forest?
What is behind you? And he will turn him to face so so he can see the entrance to the cave.
He looks at the entrance of the cave, looks at you, then keeps turning his head around, he's looking over his shoulder and goes, "More forest?"
The cave, dimwit.
It's a cave.
Yes, and what is in it?
Don't remember.
She slaps him again.
Ow!
I'd like to see if Nemea believes him when he says he doesn't know.
He seems to be honest. Seems to be being honest. He's got his brow is really furrowed, like he's really trying to remember and he can't. You get the feeling that he doesn't know why he doesn't know.
Ooh, I know what we can do. Nimriel grabs hold of his finger in the precise location that something is missing. Is something missing from your hand? Staring into his eyes,
And he's thinking. Don't forget, this guy's very dim.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's what he wanted us to think.
Yeah, sometimes.
Wait a minute, and he tries to hold his hands up a bit more so we can see, and he's
His hands tied.
He's trying to hold his tied hands up in front of his face and trying to tap each of his fingers to count them and work out.
Nope, still got 11 fingers.
Uncle's ring is gone. Uncle's special ring that Mummy never sees is gone.
What is this ring? What does it do? What's it for?
I don't know, but it was left to me. Where did I find it? It was given to me. It was in a letter from Uncle.
What does the ring look like?
It's silver and it has a little black stone.
Okay.
I think. I haven't
Do you
seen
know-
it for a long time.
Do you know where you left it, perhaps?
I left it on my finger last I saw, but it's kind of hard to see it.
Well, should we find it, I'm sure we will return it in due course. Now,
Why am I tied up?
well, we're trying to get to the bottom of that. What do you remember about a key?
Key to open.
Nimriel's going to barge into the
box.
conversation and cut him off. I believe you owe us money. We fixed your problem with the chest.
How? But where's the chest and why are we here?
We took care of the carnivorous butterflies that you had a problem with.
Oh,
The chest.
that's very, very good. Okay, let's go home and I'll start paying. I'll find money, and he sort of start doing that the hobbled
Fucking
ankle
hell.
walk waddle thing. He seems to be heading in just a random direction. It doesn't take you long to realise he's heading in completely the wrong direction for Neverwinter.
I'll just drag him back into the path to follow the rest of the group.
Okay, thank you. Sorry, and he's doing the whole bound ankle waddle thing. He seems to be quite happily keeping pace with you.
And he doesn't seem to, at all still be questioning the fact that he is tied up and, you haven't really given him a reason as to why he is.
No, let's say he's very dim.
Great.
Okay,
Are
so
we-
we're heading
Are we
back
just going to
to
turn
Neverwinter.
back? Yeah.
It is going to take a bit longer to get back to the city if you're not carrying him and he's walking himself, because he's having no problems keeping pace with you at the minute. But it's a bit of a way to Neverwinter, and I don't know if you've ever had your ankles bound, but it's not the easiest thing to maintain that walk over a distance.
Yeah, just pick him up and carry him.
Oh, thank you.
His breath.
Shut up.
That awkward moment when the cross-playing person makes a point out flaws from someone else.
Yeah. No, I like that because I just have an image of Nemea literally like hovering underneath his mouth, saying,
Like-
"Why does he have to be so stupid?"
Nemia's going to kind of tug the others back so they're slightly behind him, letting him just hobble ahead of them. And she's going to say, I think we need to take him to the guards first and see if they'll just hold him while we finish figuring out what's going on. Because we can't just walk him through the city bound like this. We're going to get stopped.
You're not actually automatically at the city. I'm just putting it onto that panel just to make life a bit easier.
Yeah. Yes, I think you're right about the bindings.
We could put him in a sack.
I think that's worse.
Grokash, what's
Knock
your
him
alignment?
unconscious again.
What?
What's your alignment again, Grokash?
Neutral good.
Okay, I think you're going fairly sort of like chaotic neutral, and a lot of your arguments like, let's just put him in a sack. It's not very neutral good.
What do you mean? There's nothing wrong with being in a sack. There's no harm.
Oh,
Called emotional trauma, Grokash.
yeah.
Emotional trauma.
Humans.
Well,
Is that-
You've
a
obviously
half-orc?
never been to an orc wedding. We invented clubbing.
Nice.
Just a sack. God.
well, I believe we should keep him bound for as long as possible until we get into sight of Neverwinter. At
Agreed.
that point, I believe we perhaps should have Grokash and Nimriel flank him and have a very firm hold on his shoulders.
So
But then what?
So after about half hour, 45 minutes, she comes to the edge of the forest, and he's quite red in the face now. He seems to be quite out of puff as he's waddling along in that way. He's doing a very good impression of a tomato.
Nice.
But if we release him, then what? Are we going to the house? I don't want to talk to the mom first.
We're not releasing him. I think our first port of call will be to go to the Academia, Magic, and Librarians Quarter. There
Will
we
they
can
allow
get-
us in this late?
Point well made. We need to go past it to get back to the Blue Stallion either way.
Okay. Hands up. Guards first. And she holds her hands up.
I put my hand up as well.
Nimriel's just deep in thought for a second there. Maybe it would be better if one or maybe two of us go to the house with the small man. Act as though we have finished the job he asked of us. We could tell them others the same thing. The others go to the guards. Or the School of Magic, however you want to take the rest of the journey.
You want to spend the night in creepy house with creepy guy?
Nope.
Night? No, I just want my payment. And he's willing to give it in his current state.
Sorry, my
I just feel like the guards are going to find it real suspicious we didn't bring him to them first.
Well, they don't need to know that we didn't bring him to him first if we can go and get the ring investigated first and then go to the guards.
I reckon we just hand him off. Be done with him.
I
Go to
agree.
his-
Just to appeal to your sense of greed, if we do it this way, we may well still be paid for it as well.
But we're being paid for it anyway.
Not if he's handed over to the guards, we're not.
Aren't we going to his chest? I feel like, screw it, it's not worth the money anyway. How much was he paying us?
250.
Not worth it.
I think it's more than worth it. Also, we may gain some further information about this ring. It may indeed even be useful.
I don't see why we
Alright.
can't turn him into the guard and then do investigation on our own. I mean, they're not just going to kill him. They're going to do some kind of investigation. He's going to be held. If we come up with new evidence and he's innocent, which I highly doubt.
Unfortunately, I don't believe this.
Put your highlight out.
I don't believe CSI Neverwinter is yet in force. So I think that actually, if we hand him in and they believe us, he will be incarcerated, and that will be the end of it.
It may
Well,
be
he
better-
talks about these letters. I mean, we can look in his desk again for these letters he keeps babbling about from his
What?
great
Sorry.
uncle.
What's wrong with him being incarcerated?
Because if this ring is actually what was causing his behavior and his actions, then it would be wrong for him to be incarcerated for actions he had no control over.
Debatable. But
It may be better we look into.
he still put the ring on.
But did he
He's
put
had-
the ring on?
Yes, he said he
Did-
left it there on his finger.
Did he choose to put it on though? If this ring can influence people, perhaps it can even influence them before they've even put on the ring. It can maybe influence them to put on the ring itself.
Maybe I was going to point out the unusual fact that she was desperately willing to put that ring on until she had dropped it into the sack.
Thank you for proving my point. Even when it wants you to, you can choose not to.
You can choose not to if your will is strong enough. And let's be honest, I don't believe this guy can spell will, let alone have the will to resist some of the kind of enchantment or incantation that this ring possesses.
It was
Just for
left
shits
me in
and
a will.
giggles. Nemea asks Drogo to spell the word ring.
Oh my god!
Ing.
REENJ.
Drogo, do you know how to read?
He sort of like he blushes. Yeah. Yes.
I think he's lying.
We asked you for the word ring, not orange, without the O.
I can only read the letters my uncle's left me.
Insight.
Yeah, it seems that he fully believes that he is not being dishonest. He's when you press him a little bit more, and he reveals that he's never really done that well with like schooling and stuff. He's never been that good at reading, but like the letters and stuff that were left to him, when he picked them up, he understood them.
Yeah, question for him then. Is it before or after you put the ring on that these letters made so much sense?
Was the first letter had the ring with it, but it was a long time ago. I don't remember.
It's safe to say
All
that
right.
this man is getting his abilities from elsewhere.
I've got an idea. Let's tie him up, just like a tree outside the city. We'll go in, we'll find the stuff we need to find, we'll come back, and we'll get him.
I don't think we even need to tie him up. He is harmless as he is now.
Yeah, but you'll walk away.
Then we go with him to his house. Two of us. We finish the butterfly problem, and the other two will go to the nearest authority of magic and find out what the ring is.
Just so,
Alright.
just to give you guys a bit of an understanding of how he is in terms of like his brain power. Does anyone remember a sketch by Monty Python, The Twit of the Year?
Maybe describe it.
It was the five pythons, and they're dressed like upper class twits. And there's like basically like a competition, like a race obstacle course thing, which involves walking along a straight line, which they all struggle to do, and then like jumping over a hurdle, which is like 3 boxes of matches, and then there's kicking a homeless person, starting a car, running over your neighbor, and then slamming the door of the car to wake up another neighbor. It was
Right.
he is about that thick. But he's a lot slower in terms of response speed.
There is a magical authority in Neverwinter, right?
Yes.
Somebody that the guard has to take into account their opinion or authority.
Yeah, there is a council, as it were. There is a political head that has that has offices.
So the group opinion of Nimriel's item.
Alright, I don't want to go to the house, so I'm going to go to the council with the ring.
I don't think you can just approach the council with a simpleton's ring and demand that they investigate this whole thing. This seems a little bit small for the Council of Neverwinter.
Look, I feel that you're capable of finding the right person to take this thing to.
You feel correctly.
I'm not sure how I feel about you using the word
#smugface.
feeling.
You do not need to hand him over yet, though. We have no reason to lose him.
I am in agreement. There is no reason to do this just yet. But if we find that this ring was possessing the man, then somebody needs to do something with him. An
Right.
investigation of some kind.
So you always want to tie him up at the edge of the forest to a tree and then
No.
go into the city yourselves.
No.
So I,
guess
think the plan at this point is for 2 people to take him to his mum, the other 2
Nemir
to
and Nimriel.
go to
It's
the
looking like
fucking police. The wizard.
police. The wizard police.
Call the Pope.
The wizard. Oh fuck! I can't even say the word. Fucking! I can't even say that word. I'm done. I'm done. Say bye.
Bye.
Fucking wizard.
Alright, let's go find.
Ty doesn't do well with words.
Yeah, English is not
Let's
my.
go find the
strong
wizard
point.
cops.
Weren't you the one also responsible for Pinterest? The Pinterest debacle?
Yes, I was.
Was it?
Yeah, it was me.
Yeah, what's that website where you pin things? Oh,
What's that website where you pin images? Pinterest. Oh yeah.
Pinterest can go suck a dick.
Alright, so I dropped that on.
Okay.
So aggressive.
Wow, that went 0 to 100 really fucking quick.
Someone got dumped by Pinterest.
It's the fact that when you do Google image searches and you get a Pinterest image and you go to said Pinterest image, it's the size of a fucking thumbnail every goddamn time. You cannot increase the size of it.
No.
You have no idea where the fuck it was from originally.
Dakota.
Just Pinterest needs to fuck off and Google image
Dakota.
search, okay? No,
Dakota,
you
you
got
can
me.
do it
I'm
the other
going
way
now.
around.
I'm going now. Okay, sorry.
You could do it the other way around, and you would never have that problem ever. If you started on Pinterest.
Yeah, just go on Pinterest and do Google searches.
Just fucking let's move on before I have an aneurysm.
So would it be an agreement that Nemia and Nimriel will go to the house and Pook and Brokash will go to person of interest with magical artifacts?
You can do that. That is.
Is everyone agreeing?
Yeah.
Fine.
I can get.
So I
Don't
dropped.
look like it. Nemia will hand Pook the 2 bracelets to have them looked at since he wouldn't let her put them on.
A wise decision.
I dropped the guy.
Well,
Just drop him.
I thought you were
Yeah.
walking along with him ahead of you.
No, I was carrying him.
You was carrying him.
Wait,
I
are
think
we in
at
the
some
city
point
now?
we did let
You're
him
not. You're
walk
not. You're not. In,
separately
you're
to
not.
Oh,
In,
the
okay.
you're not.
conversation.
You're not in the city at the minute. No. This is prior to going into the city.
Oh, okay,
I don't-
well then
I don't
I had
think-
intended to carry him, but if he wants to walk, then he can walk.
I don't think I need to tell this to you, but I will say it anyway. Once you have unbound him, as much as I do not wish him to be turned over yet, do not let him out of your sight, and do not let go of him. At least one hand on him at every moment.
I intentionally removed both hands.
You, sir, are a dick.
Nice. To the shop man then. Now, understand that we only tied you up because you were sleepwalking. Now let's go back to your house and get this reward that you spoke of.
Okay. And on off we go. Trot, trot, trot.
I'm assuming we're untying him at this point.
What are we laughing at?
I'm laughing because Grokash already unbound him. Did you not?
No, I just let go of him.
But you said to let go of both his hands. You know?
No,
Yeah, but
I
it said
took
untied.
both my hands off him because he said not to
okay.
take your hands off him.
Never mind, not as funny.
So
Well,
once
we'll
we
unbind him
unbind him,
then. We are unbinding him, yes.
Nemia will she'll go ahead and take the rope and she'll say to Grokesh, "You mind if I keep this handy?"
Yeah, go for it.
And she'll put it on her belt just in case it becomes necessary, so it's easy to access. And she'll do like she did inside the house, and she'll loop arms with him.
Aw. He blushes.
She
It's
just
funny
kind of
how-
grimaces.
Funny how much she doesn't like him, but pretends to.
I'm gonna go look for the guard.
Okay, so let's do going back to the house first. Mainly because it means I can stop doing the stupid voice. I can actually feel my brain cells slowly dying as I impersonate this character.
Don't worry, mine are already doing that.
Yeah. So yes, so it takes you about another hour and a half or so to get back to the city and to the house. Yeah, you arrive at the house and you're standing outside the front of it. Do you want to go in through the front door? Do you want to go in round the back through the garden? What do you want to do?
Which way did he lead us in?
He took you in through the front door before.
Sorry, back in a moment. Sorry.
Nemia
I kind of want us to. Sorry.
Well, Nemia would suggest they go through the front door. What's Nimril want?
Suggesting maybe going past the mother on purpose so that she acknowledges our presence, and if the ring being on his finger is something she is aware of, regardless of what he thinks, maybe it'll trigger some sort of expression on her face that we can read.
So you think she can see the ring?
It's just a suspicion.
No, you got the crazy from somewhere. Let's try it. Where would your mom be right now, Drogo?
Probably in the garden having a drink.
Does she ever leave the garden?
She likes the roses.
She's a fucking spider.
Through the garden, then I
How's the
guess.
whisper? Just so you know. Yeah, through the garden.
Okay. And they're in the garden, on a sort of like an outdoor chaise longue, because we don't have garden furniture in this universe because that plastic doesn't exist. There's Mum with her big wide-brimmed hat down over her head, and she's like just snoozing in the nice warm evening light.
She's asleep.
Seems to be asleep. On the table beside her is an open bottle of some vintage and a silver goblet.
Does he respond to her presence? Or does he just continue?
No, he just continues. He's happy to continue walking along.
Same for me.
Namia will stop beside the table and she'll keep him in check, keep him there with her, and she'll just reach for the bottle and give it a sniff to see what it is.
It's white.
All right, she'll put it back and then continue.
Okay. So yeah,
Onward
so
to the house.
you can head into the house. Nothing seems out of place.
Is he going straight for the attic?
Well, he's kind of a little bit stuck because he's been held on by you girls, I should say technically.
Oh,
Um,
maybe I was not
but-
holding in any way.
But he's he's sort of heading in. Seems to be heading in that direction.
She's gonna let him kind of lead, but yeah, she's not releasing his arm.
Yeah, so he's heading in the direction of the attic.
Nimrel's going to whisper to Nemia, be prepared to kill him when I let him open the chest if something strange happens, something dangerous.
She returns with a whisper, "You're not going to open it?"
Hell no, I don't want to open that thing. That ring was strange enough. I'm surprised it didn't speak to me.
All right, and she'll put a hand on her sword hilt once they get in the attic.
Okie
Nimrel will pass him the key.
Yes. Thank you. And he sort of like plods over to his desk. He like puts the key down on the desk. And like he looks it down on the desk. He puts his hand on it, and like he like goes to move away to one of the drawers, and then come back to the key, and just like he picks the key back up again and goes to the drawers on the desk, and pulls one of them out, and he pulls out a pad of paper, and he picks up a quill, scribbles something onto it, and pulls off the top leaf of the paper.
Can I see what's being written on that?
Well, he walks back over to you, and it's a basically it's a checkbook essentially, so it details his information. It's got his signature on it, and the amount 250 gold pieces, and he hands it over to you. Says, "Mum says to always do it this way, because then this way, I don't have the money stolen from my hand. I am giving you, someone else does the handing over, and then it only gets stolen from their hand."
Your mother is very smart.
You can see he's gripping the key in his other hand quite tightly. His knuckles are like white. He's not letting go of the key.
Oh, interesting. Has his expression changed in any way? Is he sweating?
No. You just
No, but
you
sorry,
get the feeling that he's nervous about losing the key again, so he doesn't want to let go of it or put it down in case he loses it again.
Yeah. The check, is it authentic?
Yeah, it's the same sort of thing as you've seen before. It's similar, the same but different. Because when you did a job for the guards before,
Yes.
and you were handed a similar thing, which was very much a sort of like a government promissory note sort of thing. This is the same but different. It's the same sort of thing, but it's clearly detailing personal information as opposed to a company, a corporation of some type, as it were.
All right. She just tucks that away on her person.
Okay. And then he goes over to the chest, and he uses the key, and it opens up both the padlocks that are on it. And
Be
then
careful of butterflies.
he just looks at you and says, "Don't be silly. We've got the key again now, and I've already opened the chest. So if they come and take the key, it's okay." And he's got like a smile on his face, like a stupid smile, like it's like, "Oh, you're being silly now." But he opens a drawer in his desk. He puts the key in and closes the drawer, and then he opens the chest up. He goes,
Yeah, I'm hearing it. I'm hearing your the way you're talking is being affected by that guy.
Yeah.
We need to get rid of him.
"Yeah,
Sorry,
yeah,
I'm
really
back.
fucking do." He opens the chest up, and he gets like a very sort of content smile on his face as he's looking into it.
Nemia's still got her hand on her hilt, and she lets Nimriel do the looking.
Yeah, okay, Nimriel will look over the side carefully.
It's just full of books.
Can I see any titles on the binder?
No, they all appear to be sort of like notebooks.
Spineless, like the person who opened the chest.
I don't think it's safe to say or fair to say that he's spineless. He's just an idiot.
What are these books exactly? Are they even of any importance to you?
He reaches in and takes one out, opens up and goes, "It's more of Uncle's work. This is... Oh, I need to read through all these. This will tell me what it is I need to do to save the world. This will take me some time. Hopefully the end of the world isn't coming too quickly. I'm going to need some time to read all of his work."
Can I sense anything similar to the presence of that ring in front of me?
No. But, give me... Actually, no, you wouldn't even need a perception check for this. He's looking... as he's flicking through the first book, he's like... He was smiling, but he's sort of like he's quickly comes to like being a bit of a frown instead. And he's flicking through the book faster. And so
You can't read it, can he?
Yeah, and he just like after like about halfway through the book, he sort of just stops, just closes the book up and drops it back into the chest. Guess I'm not worthy to save the world then.
Let me have a look. She puts her hand up.
No, he dropped the book back in the chest.
She's not putting her hand in there.
Oh, okay.
It's a myth!
Nemea will
just-
put her hand in there and grab a book.
Yeah, you have a book in your hand. Roll initiative. No, it's fine. It's fine.
She will try to read it.
Yeah, it's just absolute gibberish. It's like it kind of feels almost like the script is changing under your eyes.
Christ.
Her eyes actually do cross, and she's going like, ugh. And it's like trying to be taught Draconic again. Ugh. She tosses it back in the box.
Maybe, my little friend, you already did save the world. Maybe the butterflies were the root of the problem.
Maybe. But I didn't deal with them, did I?
Of course you did. You saved us all.
Nemea punches Nimriel on the arm.
See,
Or tries to. I don't know if you want to roll for it.
Punches him in the head instead.
Roll damage.
yeah. No, it's fine. It's yeah. It's fine. He just like he's gets a bit like a little hint of a smile at the corner of his mouth, but he still seems a little bit unsure. He seems to be liking the idea that maybe he's already saved the world.
But next time, when you take your victory nap, please don't walk around in your sleep. Otherwise, we'll have to tie you up again.
I didn't think I did any sleepwalking before. I'm very sorry to have frightened you.
It's okay. Obviously, just brainwash him into thinking he's a nice person. Hopefully it works.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what's going on there. So if we then cut to Grokash and Pook.
Okay, so what time of day is it now?
It's like I say, it's going to be about like 6:30, 7 o'clock sort of time. Yeah, the sun is starting to set, but it's there's still a healthy amount of light available.
Okay, so I presume we've already made our way over to the Magic Quarter.
Yes. So
Okay.
in the time it took them to get over there, you'd have been doing your thing. Yeah. So this is essentially happening at the same time, as it were.
So I'm going to go into the library where we went before and look for the High Elf librarian.
She's at her desk.
Madam, I have
Yes, dear.
A request to ask. If we were to require items identifying, would you know where we could get that done, or perhaps can you do it yourself?
It's just, don't have much of a magical inclination myself, other than that which is inherent to my people. You're as much as it pains me to say that to direct you to one not of my own race, but you are probably going to be best off speaking if you're looking to have a minor magical item identified to a young dwarf named Kazak. He has somewhat of a almost like a magical thrift shop of sorts.
Where would I find Kazakh?
And she gives you the directions to Kazak's as is on the map.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for your time. Grokash, I believe we know where we need to go.
Yerp.
So we will follow the directions given to us by the High Elf Librarian and go to Kazakh's.
And it is pretty much as she described. It is essentially it's like magic Oxfam. Essentially, it's there's all sorts of stuff. It's not very particularly well laid out, but it's neat. It's tidy. It's not like smashed up things. You know, there are a few things that have maybe seen better days. You know, like a crystal ball that's got a crack in it, maybe. You know, and like a very nice mirror. But it's got it's lost a bit of its sheen, you know. It's all there's some stuff that is it's all good quality stuff, you know. It's not this isn't just tat.
So this isn't the same. Yeah, it's not Quills and Quillians. Then.
No, this isn't Quills and Quillians. No.
Okay. Can I see a dwarf?
There is a dwarf sort of like bustling about between the shelves, speaking to the patrons of the store, answering questions. He takes a few minutes to speak with each person, so he seems to be a very a cheerful and professional gentleman.
If he's talking to someone at the moment, I will make myself known, but I won't interrupt him, and I'll wait for him to finish.
Oh, so you do that thing where like you spot them in, and you just like doing like the half wave bit, and he sees you, smiles and nods, finishes his conversation, and it comes over. It's about 30 seconds later he comes over and says, "Hey, good evening, gentlemen. How can I help?"
Kazakh, I presume.
Yes, there's my shop, my place, my name.
We have some items that we would like to be identified. If you have the capability to do so.
Yes, I can do that for you. I'll let you know. I'll be open now. I don't usually normally charge for such a service, but it does depend on the item that I'm identifying. So if it turns out that I'm identifying with something which I believe should have some caution to it, then there may be a charge. But also, I could do things like taking it off of your hands and then working out payments and things like that as well. So it's just, as I say, I don't normally charge for identifying, but it does depend on the item that I am having a look at.
Splendid. Well, should we get to it then? I have a ring that I would like you to identify. However, from what I presume to be previous experience from its previous owner, I wouldn't recommend touching it if at all possible.
Oh, no, things like magic rings are usually fine to touch them as long as you don't actually put them on or anything for it. So that tends to be when curses are most likely to take effect. But don't you worry, I have a way thing I can do with that. But if you just come with me, my friend, And he heads over to like the back of the shop where there's like what can be best described as the till area. And he pulls out a set of sort of basically it's a pair of gloves, and they're very 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 faintly sparkling as he pulls them on, and they sort of like there's like a slight rustling sound as he puts them on. If you take a closer look, they're incredibly fine chainmail gloves.
Fascinating. What are those gloves?
Oh, they just prevent my skin from coming in contact with any item that I'm holding. There's a level of protection to make it so that I don't end up succumbing, or I lower my chances of succumbing to any curses upon such items. But most of the time, a curse that's on an item will affect the first person that takes hold of it. So if you've already grabbed hold of it, I should be fine. He says jovially.
Do you have any calipers or anything like this? I really do not wish you to touch this ring.
Oh no, just tip it out into my hand, it'll be fine. I take responsibility for anything that happens to myself.
The problem is, the last person who was to wear it, we had to knock them out. I don't wish to do the same to you.
It'll
Well,
be fine.
I'm sure it'll be fine. But if you insist, and he pulls out like a pair of like long needle nose tweezers.
Catches
Thank
the
you.
ring, turns into a 50-foot demon.
Yeah, so I will kind of upend the pouch that only contained the ring onto the counter. Generally, I'm not going to like lob it onto the table sort of thing, but again, I'm not touching that thing.
Yeah. So because it's a wooden table and it's a silver ring with a black stone, it's sort of like a more thud than clang as it lands. And he goes, "Oh, that's a very pretty little thing there." And he puts down the tweezers immediately and just picks it up with his fingers and holds it up in front of his face. Takes out one of those like a jeweler's loop sort of thing and does a bit of look at. Oh, I see. Very interesting. Yes. Minor amounts of magic within this. Oh, hey, actually, where did you find this?
Is it important to identify to know its location?
No, I'm just curious as to where you found it. Is this something I've heard about these before, but I'm just curious as to. I've heard a few tales as to where they come from, but nothing that's actually really concrete. So I'm wondering where you found it, because that could help me to fill in some blanks in my in my books.
I
What
say we
kind-
found it in a cave.
What kind of enchantment lies on this ring?
It's necrotic energy. It's very, very powerful necrotic energy, actually.
To what end?
To the end of capturing a soul.
Hectic.
So, would you say there is currently one in residence?
It's hard to say, but there is certainly there has been. It has been used for that purpose.
We believe this ring to be dangerous.
Well, obviously.
Well, I don't see how the ring itself would be dangerous, to be honest. The ring itself is just a thing.
We believe that now, with that further information, or at least I believe, that the ring is currently in possession of a soul. And this soul is a strong one at that. Because I believe it took some form of at least minor possession over its previous wearer. Would that be possible, do you believe?
Possession? I don't know. Maybe, possibly. It's possible. Influence, certainly. I can certainly see there being influence due to the way the magic works and the fact that it has to have for these things in order to work, they need to have a constant connection to the soul of the person that is actually wearing the ring in order for the ring to be able to capture that soul should the person die. I can imagine that, yes, that there would be some influence. Direct control, I'm not sure. That would all depend on the will of the person, to be honest.
If they
See,
were
I
not
told
very
ya.
willful.
Sorry, if they were...
If they were not very willful at all, do you believe it would be easy for this thing to influence to such a level as to effectively control them?
I honestly, I couldn't say. I wouldn't like to say, because I didn't want to say something and be wrong.
Very well.
I will say this though. I'll say whoever is wearing it, there's a side effect of the way that the magic works to capture the soul will basically render them incapable of being properly analyzed by another. You know, if someone were to be wearing this ring, a side effect of the ring binding to the soul of that person in a way to be capable of capturing it, I think that person, whatever their mental capacity, their intentions, whatever it is that they're thinking and saying and doing, no one would really be able to perceive beyond those words. Do you get my drift?
Are you saying that this would prevent, I don't know, some form of magical scry?
Well, I feel more like It's almost like the ring, as a side effect of this soul capturing element, it's almost like it would be have a way of shielding the wearer's mind.
Understood.
And hey,
So you-
medical, I'm not doing the voice at the minute. There are no goblins in sight. I'm not doing the voice.
Hey, medical. So. Okay,
At this point,
that's been-
I want to pull out the two little bangle thingies, and that we're going to go on the horns and ask him to check them as well.
Yeah, and he takes them in his gloved hands. And he goes, "Oh, these are just some knickknacks. This is just some jewelry."
Sweet. And put them like back in the bag. I think we're happy.
Yes. I think I am convinced now of how this has gone down. I believe that he was indeed influenced by this ring, as I don't believe he was particularly willful to start with. This complicates things. Thank you for your time, Kazak. It is much appreciated.
Oh, you're very welcome. I would say though, you may want to be a little bit careful with this item, just because. Well, anything that binds to the soul is always to be used with great caution. I don't think
Absolutely.
the item itself is particularly dangerous. You seem fairly strong-willed people, so I don't think that the item would be able to have any influence over you directly. But it may have something, it may be an annoying voice in your ear, preventing you from going to sleep and stuff. And I think it's a risk best not taken.
Well, as I already have 3 of those already, I don't believe I need another voice. Those gloves that you have, do you have any others?
No, I had these made as a special commission. I can let you know the guy who made them for me if you like, but I don't know if he's
Please.
still doing them. He does he names. Oh fuck! I've forgotten his name now. I've got it written down in my book. It's a name you may recognise. These were made for me by the young dwarf working at the Pangolins Hide, Hugh.
Hugh at the Pangolins Hide. A name that
yes.
you know, Grokash?
No. Doesn't sound familiar.
Yes, Hugh of the Clan Jas.
How much
Oh my
was the commission?
Big pardon?
How much was the commission?
These cost me 1,000 gold.
Wonderful. Well, if you wouldn't be so... Actually, do you have any other calipers or pliers like those that I could purchase?
But the pretty easy thing to do would be to get like a set of jeweler's tools. Let me have a look here, see if I've got a set available for you. Bear with me just a moment. Yes, I've got a set of jeweler's tools here for you. Be 30 gold pieces for a set of jeweler's tools.
And if I just wanted some pliers?
I don't break up the sets.
What a cheap ass.
Yeah. Just pay the man.
Could you put that carefully back in this pouch, please? Well, actually, before we go, how much would you be willing to part for it?
For this ring,
Yes.
to keep all of this. Well, bear me just a second. Let me just quickly double check my DMG, says the DM, because he needs to remember exactly what the item is, so he can give you a fair and accurate price. For one of these, I mean, I could give you 270 gold pieces.
I may well return to sell this at a later point. Could you place that back into my pouch, please?
No, certainly. And he just drops it into the pouch for you.
Thank you, Kazak. You've been incredibly helpful.
Oh, I do try.
Grokash,
Yep.
are we ready?
Yeah, and just starts heading towards the door.
If you could leave me a good review in the Help newspaper, that'd be fantastic. Thank you.
If I come across it, I certainly will. I think we should make our way to the rest of the party.
Yep, and just
Okay.
beeline there.
So you want to head to the house, or do you want to head to one of the pubs to meet them? What's your plan for meeting the party?
We
the
probably
others?
would have head back to where we were staying.
Yeah, that's the same for Nimriel's opinion.
Okay, so if you guys are heading back to the Blue Stallion, and we'll cut back to the girls, who are currently still at the house after having spent some time there with Drogo Brago, or Drago Brago even, with Thicky McThickpants.
Sorry, say again.
So we cut back to the girls. So yeah, so you're still at the house at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
And what else would you? Is there anything else? Are you going to leave him there, or what is your plan now?
Just thank him, I guess. If there is anything we can do to help you, should you require any more assistance, feel free to find us at our abode. What was the name of it again?
See, okay. OOC Nemea is not leaving this dude until they know about the ring. So this is her objection. Whoa, what are you talking about?
Oh, you don't want to go yet?
Not if he's not coming with us. We need to know about the ring first.
That's true.
You're not
I
there.
guess, I guess
No, just
Nimriel's just
good.
going to look at him. Does he say anything when she says that?
What do you mean?
He stood right there, and she just said, "We need to know about the ring." Does he have anything to add to that? He knows.
No,
it's
he's still like trying to flick through the books and trying to find a book that he can read.
It's a small mind. God damn it. Would you prefer to stay here then?
Well, I
don't
mean,
think he has anything to tell us.
well, no, but if he's some psycho and he's just fooling us, I'm not going to let him go.
Are they having this conversation like in front of him?
Yep.
Yeah, I mean he's like away with the fairies. You know, he's well, I say whether he's away in his books trying to find one that he can actually read.
Then perhaps you should stay outside of his house and watch from outside in. And I go tell her friends that is the plan.
No, I'm not letting him out of my sight. He led those people to their deaths.
Oh Jesus, he did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus, people, you not paying attention.
Right, yeah, but right, but Nimriel's of the mind that it wasn't him at all, considering what she's heard. Oh, seen, sorry, not heard.
Nemia's not convinced about the ring because she hasn't heard anything back from the boys yet. So she's not letting him out of her sight.
Alright, well I guess the only thing you can do is split up then.
I'll stay here with him.
No, Nimriel's not going to leave her inside the house by herself. That's not going to happen. So instead, she's just going to walk over to the guy and grab one of the books and help him flip through them.
Yeah, like I said to
yeah.
to Nemea, it's you get a bit of a headache trying to read the books. All right, okay, so you're still there reading. So boys, the Blue
we
Stallion.
fast forward.
Yeah.
Yeah, assuming we fast forward, we would just go after them if they're not at the.
Well, how long do you wait at the Blue Stallion for?
Well, wouldn't they have got there first?
You don't know that. You can't really know either way because you don't know how long they would have been at the house for. So how long would you wait? It's not a case like you poke your head in. Is it going to be a case like you poke your head and you're like, oh, they're not here, let's go back, or you know? Or
That's pretty much what I would be doing. Pook.
Sorry. So we decided. Did we decide to go back to the Blue Stallion?
Yeah, but they're not there. So, do you want to wait around, or do you want to just head straight off? Because I'd be inclined just to leave.
Yeah, definitely. If they're not there, then I believe we should probably, just in case anything has happened, we should probably go back to to Drogo's house.
Yeah. So we'll make haste. Might even jog it.
Okay, right. So yeah, also, I'm going to quickly nip to the loo.
I'm picturing a very tall guy and a very short guy jogging together. Slow down, you big man!
Tall guy's walking, the short guy's at a dead sprint. Right, I'm going to quickly nip to the loo, and then we'll do the party meeting up at the Bruggo estate. We're back.
We're never going to see him again. He's going to fall in.
Yeah.
Oh no!
It's already happened.
So wait. Dakota, what's your conclusion for this then?
OOC.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think he's been influenced by this ring, and or potentially the ring gives him the power to read the books, and one of the books possesses him, or something like that. But I think we need to. I think we need to take him and the ring to the guards, because if we take the guard memorabilia, guard info to the guards, the dead guard stuff, they're going to question us, and I don't think we're going to pass any deception checks when they ask us where we got the ring, because Nemia's going to want to be honest about it, and I think if we try to lie and say, "Oh, we found it in a cave,"
Well, we did find it in the cave. That's the truth.
It's not the same as a lie.
That's true, but I think they're going to ask us, how did we find the cave? I think
it's
we're going to
still
bomb. I
to
think.
Magical authority?
Can I wear the ring? I want to put the ring on.
Well,
I think it'll just possess you, and you're much more powerful than that little guy is. And you saw, I have an opinion that the amount of skill that guy had with the ring on wasn't his, with the swords and whatnot. Just imagine what it would do with you.
But here's my thought: we can find out more from the ring.
I don't understand why we didn't get. Did the dude cast Identify on it, or did he just look at it?
I think it was more of
detail?
his skill. That's literally his job, was to identify magic. So if you think of magic of having auras or something, maybe he was like, oh well, this one I can see it's green and that's necrotic, and it's got these runes that mean soul trappy. I got the impression it was more skill based than it was.
Kind of like if you wear a special pair of goggles that you can see things that others can't.
So,
Okay, so if we get it identified, do we get an item card or something?
Oh, maybe.
You think of that? No idea. But I should point
I
out.
wonder if I have identify. Do I have
even
identify?
though-
No, I do not.
Even though I speculated certain things as we've been going on with this one, there have been pieces of information that I didn't speculate that were given to me by DM,
Right.
such as seeing things was actually that's a solid thing. It isn't something I just made up to go with.
All right. How about one of us? Maybe not Pook. One of us gets tied up, and then puts the ring on.
Oh yeah, because he's magical, right? It's making doubly troubling.
Yeah, because that way we might be able to interrogate whatever's possessing them.
None of us.
Well,
are
we could
somebody
put it back
who
on
wants to tie
Drogo.
up and
That
put
was a
ring
thought
on.
as well. Well, Drogo, if he's tied up,
You
I
know,
don't
he's
think.
stupid. We need somebody
Yeah.
that might actually be able to decipher the thoughts from.
That's what I was thinking.
That's what he means.
Okay.
But I think that's a bad idea. I'm not gonna lie. But I see where you're going with it.
Well, okay. So as far as Nemi is concerned, this is out of our jurisdiction. No, she's not lawful good, but she doesn't see any reason for us to keep pursuing this.
Yeah, I'm of the same mind. I reckon hand the kid over and throw the ring in a hole.
Yeah, it's been all mostly not that greed is the motivator or anything, but in this situation, it just seems that we should at least justify the situation in terms of the fact that he did get people killed, and
Yeah, well, that's
he
why I wanted
promised
to hand him
payment.
over.
So
Hand him over to the police or the guard,
With the proof
Tell
of
them
death.
that he led them to the cave where the things got killed.
Mhm.
Um,
And
to
when
do this.
when we attacked the spiders, he attacked us in turn.
yeah.
I have an idea that is kind of sinister, but I'm chaotic neutral, so I don't think that matters. We could always put the ring in his pocket before we get to the guards, or is that evil? Because
It's his ring, but
The problem with
Yeah.
the problem with giving him back the ring in any way, shape, or form means he will likely put it back on.
yeah, but
that's
again,
the
it's
point.
his ring.
I didn't want to put it on his finger because then he would know I had it. But if we,
But if he
had
if
it,
he even touches this ring, as we've seen before, that's enough to be influenced to put it on.
which
And I
is
don't
what
think
I was.
he can resist it.
Yeah, that's what I was hoping for. In front of the guards.
Nemea would be fully against it. Nemea would say no.
I think we
This
hand
man's
in.
been through enough. He has been through because he is a simple man. However, he's been influenced by a soul that is trapped in the ring, which is likely the soul of his ancient ancestor uncle,
I'd say we
who,
hand him
from
over.
the books, it would seem has been involved in some less than savoury magics, and that's the thing that worries me the most is the books
All right, so phase
and
one.
what they control.
Phase one, we burn the books. Phase
No,
two,
no, wait,
we
wait,
hand
wait.
the kid over to the guards. Phase three, we hand the ring over to the magic police.
Badger, you're the one that
Done.
wanted to put a ring on somebody.
No.
Yeah, well, I wanted to do it myself. I wanted to see what
actually-
was inside it.
I actually think we should look, as an idea anyway, we could look into finding somebody that has some sort of bondage, not that kind, for spell casting. Put it on Pook, have him put the ring on, and have him read the books. He's the most magic oriented, so he'd have the best understanding of what he's reading, and hopefully the most resistance against magical influences. But that's just
Okay.
an idea.
So let's say we get to the point where these ideas have been tossed around. Nemea's going to put it to a vote again. Raise your hand if. Nemea's vote is going to be let's just take everything to the guards, explain what happened,
Yeah.
and leave it in their hands. And I think
Yeah.
Grokash is going to agree with her. So that's 2 votes for that.
100%.
I mean, just a meta game, I have gnome cunning.
Well,
so
that's all we're doing. So
I have advantage on charisma, intelligence, and wisdom saves against magic.
And on that note, it just seems a big waste, especially when you mentioned burning the books. Jesus. The guards won't do anything with those books. They'll just assume it's useless.
Yeah, that's
And,
why we
and
burn
you can
them.
hope that they won't put the rings on, but the books are magical.
It's not about it's not about a
Information.
waste. It's about doing what's right, you motherfucker.
Wait,
If the
what's
things
your,
are
hang on a minute,
corruptive-
what's your alignment?
Mostly good.
What's your
Mostly good. As opposed to neutral good, mostly good.
No, it's
You know.
neutral good. But I mean, if there's no point, if these things are as evil and as corruptive as Pook thinks, why are we leaving them around? Just destroy them and be done with it. And if they're not as bad as he thinks, then why can't I put the ring on? Like it's one of the two has to be true.
Oh, fucking hell.
If you eliminate all of the impossible things, then whatever remains, no matter how improbable, must be the truth.
Exactly.
Well, should we get
So-
on with it and see where this goes?
Right,
Let's
so
fucking do it.
you've all met up at the house in the attic, one assumes, given the conversation you've been having.
Oh, we were meta. We were just doing a meta conversation about the whole situation. We weren't actually.
Yeah, I
Putting
get it,
anything
but I think this is one of those like pseudo meta kind of actually in character as well at the same time.
Yeah. What
We didn't want
my
to subvert
point of view
ourselves.
is mostly from Grokash's point of view.
Okay, so we're all in the attic. What have we learned about the contents of the chest?
these books are meaningless, and she hands one to Pook, just open to a random page, the first book on top of the pile.
Okay. So I would presume I noticed the kind of shifting writing and symbols and things like that.
Yes.
Can I make an Arcana check, or can I just read it?
You can do an Arcana check.
Can I read it at all? Do I recognize any of the symbols or anything?
You recognise the symbols, but you can't
Yeah.
read.
Okay.
The reason you recognise the symbols is 'cause a lot of things. It's
Fuck.
like it's written in
Take
Like-
that, idiot gnome.
Elven, Dwarven, but the scripts are all changing. So it's even like elements of other scripts and things you don't recognise as well. But yeah, you magic must be magic.
Okay.
What did I figure out?
Oh God, no! You're not trained in Arcana, are you?
Ha!
Are you actually?
Well,
trained
he's
in
a
Arcana?
bard, so he might be.
He's got like the whole
Yeah,
jack of all.
I've got. Yeah, I've got that,
Jack.
Jack.
Whilst you don't understand anything of it or really perceive the magic of it as such, it's more like a case of like you have an idea that occurs to you, is like maybe the wizard who wrote them wrote it in code.
Yeah, okay.
That's as much of the idea as you'll get out of your 19
I asked
magical.
Luke what he thinks, and then when he obviously comes up with very little, I say it as if it's the most intelligent thing ever to be said. Be like, it could just be written in code.
That's wonderful, Grokash. Wonderful.
God.
You know, when you start thinking about things being written in code, and then the person doing the code writing is a wizard, and it's for their books, you can start to see how that may just extrapolate to. By the way, the words are moving.
Now, I can't believe that this is a suggestion that I've been making. But I'm not comfortable with leaving these books around. And we know that wearing the ring allows you to read these books.
If they're anything like the letters, of course.
I think we need to know more about these books. We can't just leave them lying around. And I think I may need to wear the ring.
You fucking what? I want to burn the books and wear the ring. Fuck all y'all.
Burning the books when we know very little about them could be exactly the wrong thing to do. These books could hold something in. I know we're making presumptions about these books, but they could very well be the thing holding something back rather than necessarily being the key to opening a door.
You
Maybe-
don't seriously think these books are the key to saving the world?
No, I do not. But these books are clearly magical, and they're written, I believe, by this man's ancestor uncle, who it seems has been involved in some less than savoury magics. And I don't think that these books should be left lying around, and I also don't think these books should be left anywhere without knowing more about what they are.
This
we
is
wouldn't be
over our
leaving them
heads.
anywhere.
We turn
We'd
it
be
in.
destroying them.
This
Yeah,
is not. This is over your
let's end them
head,
in.
not mine.
Let's end them in. Let's just
Hold
hand them
on
in.
now, Pook. And she takes genuine offense to this, and she says, "We have no business continuing to work with this. We need to turn this over to the guards because there is a dead guard in a cave. There are dead people in a cave. We're not investigators. We're mercenaries. We have a job to do, and if we get screwed over by this, how are we going to do our jobs?
Oh, one
This
second,
isn't
sorry.
this isn't Silver Talon business."
Yeah. Gorkash stands behind her and just nods firmly.
There's only one problem. Even if you go to the guards and say that this man killed those people, the spiders were the one that did the killing. And this man has no spiders with him and no knowledge of magic whatsoever.
All
I'm
right.
saying we go and tell him what happened. We tell him
Yeah.
that he paid us to go and help him with his problem. We agreed to go and help him with his problem. He led us to a cave.
But
We were
he's an
attacked by a
idiot.
spider.
That's
Well,
not our call to make.
That's why we tell him everything. We give him the ring. We say this thing might have possessed him. There's books in his attic that only he can read if he's got the ring on. I mean, they're gonna say, okay, this shit's crazy. Let's find some mages who can deal with it.
Yeah. Yep. Yarp. Yarp. I start
Is this a matter
clapping.
of being good or what? I don't understand. They won't pay us for this.
No one's paying us for anything. We've been paid. The job's done.
The ring is
Yeah,
worth
we-
money as it stands. It's not. It's a magical item. And the books might be worth more than money themselves if we know what's inside them too.
They could also lead to people being possessed and killed, you fuck.
Demia nods.
I don't
And
see any need for
she
you to raise your voice and use these words with me.
she turns to look at She turns to look at Nimrael, and she's got kind of a raised eyebrow. I haven't brought it up, but what the fuck is up with your wings? Okay, what was that?
Oh, they disappeared after a minute, by the way. So they're not.
Yeah,
Well,
they're gone
yeah,
now. They
but-
were in the cave only.
Yeah, but I mean, she's still gonna bring it up. I mean, she's not gonna not bring it up. She was gonna save it for a private time, but no.
Sounds weird.
This shit's fucking Civil War-esque.
Ah, fucking controversy. I love it.
There was nothing wrong with my wings, is there?
The fact you
not
have them
seen
is
them?
odd.
What, you've never seen one of my kind before, tall man?
No?
You just call him tall
Have I?
neck.
Is that a thing?
Tall man, neck. I'm picturing a fucking long neck dinosaur, Diplodocus, fucking tattooed the roof.
Well, the name of the dino in that Disney movie was Longneck, so.
Yeah.
That Disney movie. You mean the Land Before Fucking Time?
Actually,
Yeah.
you know, on that note, I've changed my partner's picture on my phone to Ducky and named her Ducky on my phone. Anyway, what was the last line of conversation?
She asked about your wings.
Have you seen
I'm
them?
still shocked that you're trying to sell potentially killable magic stuff.
Okay, sorry guys, that was just a bit weird and screwed up. I just got a phone call from a private number asking me if this was the phone number from this YouTube video where they called someone random up. I haven't. I need to look at the video more now, but apparently that was my phone number on there, even though that clearly isn't me. It's a bit weird.
Oh, that's not good.
But
That's not
it's
good
from
at all.
it's from the UK.
Well, yeah, but I mean, if your phone number is on a video and somebody's already called it, you're probably going to get more calls, and you need to shut that down.
Yeah, no, definitely. But like the weird thing is that they called the number in the video, but I've never received that phone call. I've never received any other phone calls from people I don't know, and so that's really weird. But I need to check that out. But that's a bit fucking weird.
Yeah. Well,
Sorry about that.
should we stop where we are now then? So you can start doing that research.
Yeah,
That seems like quite.
if you don't mind.
Yeah, that's fine. We'll stop here. So
Yeah,
we'll call
take
this
care of
here, and you guys can have a think about exactly what you want to do with the box.
Oh, we're
of
just
goodies.
arguing about bullshit, man.
Well, we'll pick that up next time though, because obviously this is it's quite a significant thing that needs to be dealt with. Yeah, so we're going to stop there. Because it's the sort of thing where we'd like to have everyone involved, but obviously there are more important things. Life happens, and life has just happened live on stream. There we go, it happens.
Yeah,
But yes,
there it is.
proof that
Yeah,
life happens.
take care of that, man.
But yes, we'll get this all sorted out, and thank you for spending some time with us. We should see you, my friends. Take care, bye-bye. That's for the recording.
Bye-bye.
Stopping now. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Recording. Bye-bye, YouTube people.